Hi everyone, this is Sergei Pustylnikov, founder and CEO of 100x Bio. In this brief video, I will tell you about my vision on how to participate into amazing future of value creation in biotech in the next decade. What I personally think about the best opportunities to make an impact. This is a continuation of my series of articles and videos. My first one was about dark vision of these dire times in biotech industry. We need to admit that industry is in the crisis. There are amazing scientists and biotech professionals looking for jobs for the long months and competing with hundreds of other applicants. There are amazing companies with super cool technologies, with amazing progress, amazing pipelines, failing to raise funding for their projects, and there are objective headwinds for biotech today. At the same time, we see the objective trends that are uplifting the whole industry. My second article was about those. I'm just trying to explain what is my vision for the three major uplifting trends. And in this article, this video will be followed by a longer, more expanded article. I will leave the link in the comments. I will be talking about my vision of how my company will try to participate and capitalize on those uplifting trends. And I think this is not only focused on myself, my own vision, not only focused on my company building. I want others to see and agree or disagree with me. Please disagree with me in the comments on how other companies should be adapting, how the workforce should be adapting to what is coming. And to make it simpler for myself, I'm just picking my own phone and checking my article, not line by line, but like section by section. What are those uplifting trends? And number one is snowball effect in predictive power of biomedical data. So we know with data in hand how much more data, research data, discovery data, translational data, clinical data we are obtaining today, and how much our opportunity to extract this data in high throughput manner, in automated manner, in more organized manner, in a highly distributed manner is coming, and AI is just accelerating all this process and allowing us to quicker make sense of data. So our company 100x Bio is probably mainly directly focusing in here. We are creating autonomous R&D tool. We can call it AI scientist to just sound more trendy. We can call it lab automation, lab integration, integrated lab equipment. But I think that for high throughput research, there are certain problems in high throughput. Some people are confusing big data with meaningful data. Unfortunately, there are so many stories when people were able to obtain huge data sets and then extract very little value from those huge volumes of data. So we are focused on building the tool where, number one, we are creating massive data in a very efficient way, extracting maximum value per biosample, because biosamples can be very expensive, extracting maximum of the meaningful data? How do we know which pieces of data are more meaningful than others? That's a topic for a very deep conversation. But I'm giving very big attention to the point where, like, some pieces of data, yes, they can help us multiply the data and derive 100x more data without bringing much, without bringing even 2x of value. So I'm focused on how to bring more valuable data and in a more cost-efficient way, because cost efficiency is very important whenever we're talking about creating big data, whenever we're talking about storing big data, whenever we're talking about analyzing big data. And AI is a big player here, because AI will really help analyzing and making sense of data and confirming if some types of data are more meaningful and more valuable than others, if some types of data we indeed want 10x and 100x amount of data in those specific niches, segments, verticals, whatever you call it. So, highly autonomous tool for meaningful data generation in the most cost-efficient manner. Now, and for everyone trying to play in this field of a high volume of data, I think everyone should take care of paying attention to those points. Then, point number 2, breakthrough therapies and emerging diagnostics. So, I'm focusing on my first initial prospective partners and clients who are developing breakthrough therapies, because I'm a huge believer in cancer vaccines and vaccines in general. That's my point of attention number 1. And I am very well aware that cancer vaccines were seen as a bad investment in the last few years. They are seen as unproven modality. They are seen as very high risk investment in this climate. But they are working. Go and check year by year advances not only in preclinical technologies but also in clinical trials data. You will see that this modality is showing more and more promise every year. Not less promise, not more concern, not more concern about safety, no more concern about marginal clinical efficacy. No, we have trends of build up in better safety and better efficacy. And cancer vaccines, one company dominating the market can build into $1 trillion company. That's my very firm belief. If this company captures all, like, universal cancer vaccine market, that's $1 trillion company. Would I like to build this company? Maybe yes. I'm not well prepared to start a company that is developing cancer vaccines. I'm not well prepared to compete with the current market leaders. How the guy with a lab consisting of 1-2 benches can compete with those market leaders? No, but I can help them, because our research method, it's not that we're just automating research. We have a special new research method that can make cancer vaccine development much more efficient. Second modality we're focusing on is cell therapies. And we see super hot in vivo CAR Ts, CAR T companies being acquired. Those are billion-dollar deals, and this is for the reason. This is for the reason that this modality is super high potential. So not only in vivo CAR Ts, just general CAR Ts, different types of CAR Ts, different tweaks to CAR Ts, CAR T manufacturing. Cell therapies is a true driver of investor returns for the decade already. So it's a proven path to make money for biotech investors. So those companies are in much better place for securing investments, but still they had very tough times confirming that they are commercially viable, and there are a bunch of technologies enabling them to be more commercially viable. So I think this is emerging modality that is also set for success, cell therapies and gene therapies in parallel. And one other modality that we're focusing on is bispecific engager antibodies. Most of bispecific antibodies are T-cell engagers, and I'm focusing on T-cell immunology applications for our technology. We can very clearly show mechanism of action, that two different cells are interacting, and then further deeply phenotype those cells and even sequence specific single cells. So forget about what I'm trying to offer, what I'm trying to build here. But this modality of highly specific, very high precision antibodies with very highly precise targets and with unusual mechanism of action where they bring in contact two different cell types, with all the complexity of immune therapies, this can be a very like the field with a very big untapped potential. So imagine any different two cell types, you can put them in contact. How many products are in the market with this mode of action? Not too many, not too many at all. But is there feasibility of that? It's possible, it's safe, it is clinically successful. Yes, there are proofs. So we can see more companies doing engager antibodies or just other like engager modalities. Who knows? They can be peptides, maybe even be like some small molecules or some polymers. So we'll see what's going to happen in there. And as you can see, all three modalities, all of them can be classified as immune therapies. I'm a big believer that immune therapies in oncology, in autoimmunity, in allergy, in transplantation, in cell therapies, given in parallel with cell therapies. So immune therapies is a very firm, very very safe trend to be aligned with. So that was my number 2. And now my video gets too long. I'll try to wrap up within 15 minutes. So we'll see. What is my number 3? Number 3, longevity and quality of life. It is very interesting that longevity VCs are raising billions, and where exactly are they investing? Where are they investing? There are very few companies that are just claiming, oh, we are trying to create a pill against aging. No. Why so? Because aging is not a disease. So it is hard to convince the VCs investing for the decades into therapeutics that building a pill against aging is a viable idea. So there are very different approaches for the companies trying to solve aging, trying to solve age-associated diseases, and trying to solve longevity. Some of them are going into like biohacking mode. Some of them are going into like very gray areas. Some of them are going into the areas of let's give people ability to track their health, to track their biomarkers, to track their body measurements, like physical measurements, pulse, and so on. And it becomes like med tech or just even consumer electronics companies, consumer software applications. And it's not something I want to work with personally, but what we're building maybe can be used as a personal tracking of, I don't know, immune status. I see companies who are trying to sell it as a personal health controlling services. I just think that most people are not quite qualified to purchase such products. So it is like half truth and half lie, and it's a tricky situation, and then there are companies who are indeed having a very big vision of building anti-aging pill, anti-aging shot, or anti-aging cell therapy, but they have to focus on one single disease, and they claim this is age-associated disease, or this is a special pathway important in this one disease, but this pathway is associated with aging. So let us raise in the beginning money to build the pill that treats this certain disease, but later we will expand on the aging. Now, weight loss drugs are actually treating many age-associated diseases and treating multiple diseases. So probably weight loss drugs of today will prove that yes, you can first build a drug that is having very clean mechanism of action, leading to the weight loss, and later is expanding the healthy lifespan. That's a great example. This will help other companies later to race through this model. They will be building a drug with a certain prescription that, yes, this will be anti-aging drug. And then there are companies which are operating in a mode where they are trying to build the true anti-aging something. I was in contact just accidentally with 3 companies building anti-aging vaccines. It is those all 3 are of different mode of action, but all of them should extend the length of life, and they are all efficient in mice. So it is very tricky that fundraising for those companies, how fundraising for those companies should look like, and probably they should look at the second mode and decide what exact age-associated disease they are solving, in which type of disease they can best most efficiently run their clinical trials, and what will be their path to commercialization, path to market, and then only later on, when big cohorts of people are taking this drug as anti-disease drug, this will later prove that is also anti-aging. And one huge problem for anti-aging concept is that how long the clinical trials should be, how many different biomarkers should be developed that are showing that measuring those biomarkers we can actually measure potentially that biological age of this person or remaining years of life of this person. And those are very sensitive topics, so making error in here can lead to absolutely crazy lawsuits. So but at the same time, looking at amount of money invested into this certain area, it's definitely a potential like new golden rush in the future of biotech, because who are gonna be solving aging? Biologists and doctors and technologists who are developing the science backing this protection from age-related diseases. And looking a step back to my section number 2, that the conventional drugs, there are conventional drugs with a great potential to extend the lifespan just by curing the diseases that are killing people at the old age, will also impact the lifespan of people. So longevity investors, if you cannot find like true longevity companies, why don't you talk to normal biotechs developing the drugs? They are underfinanced today. Invest into certain assets that are showing clinical trial success in some, I don't know, lung cancer. Support lung cancer if you're not finding where exactly to invest into specifically longevity companies, because you guys have money and biotech is lacking money. So That's my invitation to the longevity VCs. Prove to your investors, to LPs, that solving some diseases is basically giving extra years of life. And it is easy to do the research and claim which diseases, which certain types of disease can save most, can give most of additional years of healthy life. But back to the breakthrough modalities, cancer vaccines have huge potential of saving years of healthy life. What else is a huge potential is new vaccines. New vaccines against some chronic infections, protecting the brains of people from chronic viruses, inducing autoimmunities, inducing anti-brain immune responses. There are now studies showing that Alzheimer may have underlying autoimmune component, underlying chronic infection component. Parkinson can have underlying autoimmune component, may have underlying chronic infection component. So if you vaccinate against this infection, we prevent autoimmunity, we prevent mental decline. So not easy. You need to think many steps ahead, but I want more vaccines in my own schedule, in my own vaccination schedule. I want to be protected against many chronic diseases. But most of the people, they don't know those chronic diseases even exist, and they don't even think of vaccines as a good business, as a good investment, as something that can extend life, which is just inequality in knowledge. But VCs always have access to professionals, consultants in every walk of life. Go talk to people and check if what I'm saying is true or not. Do you agree with that or not? And again, please comment on this, on those statements. Maybe you agree or disagree. But people who invest with a horizon of exit within 10-15 years, and for small scale investments, it makes sense to make long shots. If you invest in advance, you have better chance down the road. And what else? What else I need to say? Yeah, I just need to wrap up that I think that 100x Bio's mission is to help develop new vaccines, help develop new breakthrough modalities, help develop anti-aging vaccines, help develop anti-aging new modalities, and potentially we'll be raising money for something like some perfect modality which I'm in love with, partnering with some institutions, licensing something in, developing, licensing something out. Our technology can help develop new, more efficient, easier to track biomarkers, even those B2C biomarkers accessible to the general population, but I'm still concerned about like ethical grounds for such business models. So everyone who is aligned with this vision, everyone who wants to have a networking chat, you're not investing into companies like mine, but let's talk. Let's talk and discuss what you think is worth investing in the next decade, and let's discuss what are you building for the next decade in biotech. And I know I skipped many of amazing emerging trends. I cannot give you a list of top 10 in a short video or in a short article. This video already is too long. I took 25 minutes of your time. That's more than enough. Thanks so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and read the full article. I'll leave the link in comments. Thank you. Bye bye until the next time.